I am Olive Nete. I'm delighted to have you with us. Let's start in the news with details. Pursuant to the Constitution of the Republic of Rwanda, especially in its Article 116 and 112, today, the 11th September 2024, His Excellency, the President of the Republic, has made the following appointments. Mr. Joseph Nsengimana, Minister of Education, Mr. Gaspar Twagirayezu, Chief Executive Officer of Rwanda Space Agency, Ms. Nelly Mukazaire, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, done at Kigali 11th September 2024, on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame, signed by Dr. Edouard Ngirente, the Prime Minister of Rwanda. Moving ahead, the Minister of Defense, Juvenal Marizamonda, addressed an international audience on Rwanda's journey in rebuilding its army and its contribution to peacekeeping and security restoration in other nations. We have details.
Has taught us the value of resilience.
The two-day conference, attended by around 900 participants, including global security experts, addressed key challenges and pressing issues threatening global security. In his speech, Minister of Defense Juvenal Marizamonda emphasized Rwanda's journey of rebuilding its security forces and contributing both domestically and internationally. He highlighted that Rwanda's transformation from a recipient of peacekeeping efforts to a provider of peace and security illustrates that with perseverance, political will and cooperation, peace can be achieved anywhere.
Rwanda is currently the second largest contributor of uniformed personnel to United Nations peacekeeping operation in the world, with around 6,000 personnel deployed in South Sudan and the Central African Republic. Beyond traditional peacekeeping that tend to focus on securing international personnel or infrastructure, we firmly believe in comprehensive support to maintain peace, protect civilians, mitigate the risk of conflict re-emergence, and improve the lives of the local communities. That is the cornerstone of our current intervention in Mozambique and the Central African Republic in support of the host country's efforts to combat insecurity and violent extremism. In Mozambique, since 2017, the threat posed by Islamic State-affiliated group Ansar al-Sunnah wa Jama had not only expanded within national borders, but it had also begun to establish connection with other Islamic State factions across Africa and beyond. Recognizing the risks associated with this expansion and the interconnectedness of the terrorist networks, Rwanda intervened at the request of the government of Mozambique to mitigate these threats. The operation jointly conducted by Rwanda security forces and Mozambique armed forces were decisive, not only in defeating the terrorists, but also allowed the return and resettlement of more than 200,000 internally displaced persons. Socio-economic activities have resumed in the province of Cabo Delgado's localities.
Conference participants discussed a range of topics, including conflict prevention, establishing a unified framework for international law, and addressing global security threats. The event themed enhancing international cooperation in addressing global security challenges, focused on fostering collaboration to tackle the pressing issues affecting worldwide security. Head professionals working in the justice sector emphasized that collaboration with governments is essential for establishing policies and legal frameworks to protect the environment globally. This partnership is key in developing sustainable solutions to address climate change. Adam Squizera has more.
At the three-day conference held in Kigali, Commonwealth Magistrates and Judges Association Annual Forum that focused on the ways to advance the administration of the law by promoting judicial independence, enhancing education in the law, and improving justice within the Commonwealth through the theme Environmental Justice. CMGA President Chief Justice Len Leitch emphasized that human rights and a healthy environment is gaining importance and courts play an essential role in delivering environmental justice.
People spoke of the challenges of ensuring that there is access to justice for cases such as these, All countries are dealing with access to justice issues, of course. And there was also an awareness that quite often these environmental issues disproportionately impact marginalized communities, and that indicates an enhanced need for access to justice to have those issues.
The Chief Justice, Dr. Faustin Niziryayo, emphasized the environmental protection laws that they play a crucial role in supporting government programs focused on conservation.
When it comes to environmental justice, it is all aspects, related to especially how do we tackle, what is the contributions or the contribution of judicial officers, courts, and the tribunal across the world, the Commonwealth specifically, with regard to the pressing issues, that the world is dealing with, being climate change, being biodiversity loss, but also the air pollution that we are seeing. So we have had, in the past, but even currently, many disputes around those very issues, climate change related dispute, for example, very complex issues. So it is very important that as judicial officers, we are aware and we learn, we have the requisite skills in order to deal with this complex issue as far, for example, climate change related dispute is concerned. Judiciaries across the Commonwealth are facing, these kind of litigation, and we have to be equipped in order to have the requisite skills and to deal with such emerging issues.
In addition to addressing environmental justice, the forum also discussed other key issues, including the fight against corruption in the justice sector. Ensuring fair and transparent justice systems was highlighted as a crucial step in strengthening the rule of law. Dr. Faustin Niziryayo reiterated the key takeaways from the forum, emphasizing the importance of strengthening environmental protection laws and fight against corruption within the justice sector.
We do have, the CMGA does have a secretariat general that is also following and monitoring the implementation. But also each judiciary has to comply or to do its best in order to implement what we have been agreed upon. So from my perspective, for example, in Rwanda, we will continue to enhance the training, the capacity building of our judges in order to be familiar with all these aspects related to environmental justice, because it is about delivering justice with regard to dispute related to environment. And we do have even environmental crimes that are committed in the country. So the first thing is delivering justice.
The Commonwealth Magistrates and Judicial Association Conference brought together over 300 judicial professionals from 44 Commonwealth jurisdictions. The forum mainly focused to strengthen judicial independence, enhance legal education, and improve the administration of justice across the Commonwealth. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams, for the details. Now, Rwandans who have started their own businesses in recent years report significant benefits for themselves and their employees. This aligns with the government's goal of creating 1.25 million productive and decent jobs over the next 5 years. Prince Manzi takes us through.
It is one of the industries manufacturing made in Rwanda clothes, employing over 300 people. Anwarit Nyiransabimana and James Kwikiriza are one of the employees who tackle on the impact of this industry in their development.
The husband is not only the provider for both home-needed and school-needed equips. There are some other things that I am able to buy for myself and my home.
I am now able to do most of the things I can measure and design. For the development, I was able to improve my family's living in all sectors. On the other hand, some of the youth attribute their development to Rwanda's commitment in fostering TV school participation. I learned it and mastered it. I was later employed, and now I'm able to solve a lot on my own. My family was able to develop, my child goes to school, and I pay the community health insurance on time. I also have a lot in plans, and I will achieve it. The reason I say that it is the solution to us, it is because I do not move around applying. Rather, I use the skills gained here, and they are beneficial as they can allow me to create my own job. The industrial sector played a big role in creating and providing jobs in the last 7 years. Kamairesi Jean Damour of Rwanda Leather Cluster and Jean-Claude Gahunga of the Private Sector Federation affirm that they understand the job creation policy, and that is why in their activities they plan approaches towards the implementation of this policy. There are those learning how to make shoes and belts. They will in future create jobs. They are trained so that they can develop themselves and the sector at large. The employees will be increased, the technical development resulting from trainings. All these are new creatives. Analysts demonstrate that with the increase in job creation, it is critical that laws protecting labor are to be abided with. There is job creation for an employee to work and also for an employee to gain something. Investors are to consider on the laws to avoid considering only the benefit but the employee's development as well. Investment is to consider all of this so that if the investment is over, the employee has to have developed. Prime Minister Dr. Edward Ngirente reiterates that in over 1 million decent jobs to be created in the next 5 years, there will be jobs that could change the lives towards development. For creating decent jobs, we want to create 1.25 million jobs, which is 250,000 jobs annually. That is our will, our plan, and these jobs will be deprived from all these economic sectors. According to the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda, in the fourth quarter of 2023, the unemployment rate decreased to 16.8% from 24.3% in October 2022.
Thank you, Prince, for the details. Now, moving ahead, Feed the Future Rwanda has launched a 4-year project funded by USA to enhance cross-border trade. This is under the United States government's Food Security Initiative. William Evans has more.
People in the business world often decry of obstacles to trade that are not related to payment of tariffs, but more to paperwork and waiting time. This is known as tariff barriers, or NTBS for short. Rwanda, as a landlocked country, depends heavily on road transport, and this exposes Rwandan traders to NTBS along the 2 main transport corridors leading to the ports of Mombasa and Dar es Salaam. Trucks with goods wait for up to 3 days to cross the border and to obtain all clearances for their goods. Ultimately, the customers pay the price as the goods are more expensive due to these additional costs of crossing the borders. To address the above-mentioned problem and others, Feed the Future Rwanda Trade Facilitation Activity has been launched as a solution to, among other things, harmonize procedures that are not harmonized and to fully automate those that have been harmonized. These comments were made by Ms. Jackie Zizane, the Chief of Party, Feed the Future Rwanda Trade Facilitation Activity.
The ultimate goal is to reduce time and cost to trade across borders. So what we are doing, we have 2 projects like I mentioned. We have what we call elimination of non-tariff barriers. And as I mentioned earlier, that's removing the bottlenecks that are along the routes of transport to the ports of Mombasa and Dar es Salaam, as well as the NTBs that we face nationally through our regulations maybe that are not clear or the processes that are not well streamlined. So what the project is coming to do is to put those into a streamline, put them in order to facilitate our traders to trade across borders. The other side of it is the single window system. If I may put it on a large scale, it's the automation of trade processes. This involves different government institutions and private sector. When I talk of private sector, I mean clearing agents. For government agencies, these are the agencies that participate in the trade facilitation arena of our traders. They issue different documents. For example, the certificates of origin, certificates of quality, which are presented across other countries, phytosanitary certificates. All those would be automated through the system that we are supporting. I also should mark that this is the second phase of the system. There was a first phase that dealt with a lot of manual work to automate it, but this one is coming to create efficiency, to streamline more than it was before. So we are expecting a lot of time reduction as well as cost reduction.
Rwanda Revenue Authority, who are beneficiaries of this activity, but also at the same time stakeholders, through the Commissioner General, Mr. Ronald Niwenshuti, explained that this activity is timely and supports the NS2 goals because good trading means good taxes paid to the government, and this translates into improved livelihoods of people. He also added that the Revenue Authority is fully supporting the project.
So as government, I'm very aware that much is being done to ensure that trade is smooth, time taken is reduced, and service delivery is provided faster than it should be. Our presence here is to echo our commitment to this program, and we shall do all we can to make sure that we succeed in all that we do.
In addition to elimination of NTBs, Feed the Future, Rwanda Trade Facilitation Activity will support the automation of cross-border trade processes and support the implementation of Phase 2 of Rwanda Electronic Single Window. To make the process even faster, this project will enhance a secure web portal where companies and the government exchange information safely and effectively. Mr. Alex Mujire says that this very system helped bring down days from 9 days to 3, and the target is to reduce this time to 2 days this time around.
Actually, we implemented this system long ago with Trademark East Africa, and we are after implementing the system. Actually, the time has been reduced from 9 days to 3 days. So, with addition of this enhancement, as they said, we are targeting to reduce up even to 1 day, because the all challenges we have been facing over the parallel over the system that are not talking. So when we are integrating, so time will be reduced at least to 2 to 1 day. Meaning that when you reduce the time, then the cost of doing the transport cost also will be reduced.
Feed the Future, Rwanda Trade Facilitation Activity, is a 4-year $5 million intervention funded entirely by the United States of America through USAID. The project is designed to promote cross-border trade by supporting the elimination of non-tariff barriers and increasing the automation of cross-border trade processes. Ms. Keisha Effium, the USAID Mission Director for Rwanda and Burundi, emphasized the importance of a vibrant and robust private sector for Rwanda's development, saying that this activity is one that is sure to bring value to all Rwandans and positioning Rwanda for more international trade.
So this morning we celebrate, but this afternoon we get to work. We get to work together. We roll up our sleeves and we work for Rwanda. So for the partners, it's really important that we work together. We can't do this separately. It's not one against the other, but working together. Hence the reason why in my speech I said Turi Kumwe. We couldn't get this far without the government of Rwanda, without our partners. And for traders, just know the point of this is for Rwanda. It's for them. So if the system is not working, if something is not going well, it's important to let us know that so that we can fix the problems together.
At the end of the 4 years, the project results include reduced time required for goods to cross Rwanda's borders, cut costs for moving across Rwanda's borders, reduced NTBs, both in Rwanda and along the north and central corridors, increased digitalization of trade processes in Rwanda, particularly through the integration of the single window system to other government agencies. This is expected to contribute to Rwanda's export levels, which are projected to more than double from $3.5 billion to $7.3 billion, fueled by the key sectors like agriculture, agro-processing, and mining, focusing on value-added exports. William Evans, Mutabazi, RTV News.
Thank you, Evans, for the detailed report. Now moving ahead, creating computer programs, applications, and AI offers promising job opportunities for young people with the Rwandan government's initiative to train up to 1 million youths in coding over the next 5 years. We visited some of the beneficiaries to highlight how this training has positively impacted their lives. Inora Gladys takes us through.
Shema Pacific is a young man between 25 and 30 years of age. Based on his knowledge in computer engineering, he has created a job for the past 5 years. At the moment, he has reached the level of teaching high school and university students. About 400 people have gained knowledge in this field thanks to him.
Many students work on final year project only for marks, not for product development that can reach on the market. So we think as Shema Pacific and Niyonzima Claudine were too, why we don't develop a product that can be used by many population and can be useful on the market. So we think to create a product for visitors management and other people or an institution where we develop a hardware and you check your national ID, driving license, passport, or other staff card, and attendance goes on institution. From there, we have seen that many institutions have camera and fingerprint, but it's only for staff. So we think why we don't have something that can register supplier and the things we have, visitors, casual workers, so that anyone who are in a building, we may know that we have 34 people in our building. 5 exited, other are still in. So it will help you to monitor everything in the institution rather than having the fingerprint, and it's only for staff. So you don't know which casual workers are in institution. If you wanted to know, many people in 2019, they use manual books. Nowadays, there is another system that has been already developed where they ask your phone number or they can scan on your ID, but it's only for visitors. So we have visitors also come with like equipments. Even casual workers come with equipments, even suppliers. So how will we detect something anyone will have?
People learning about technology with the help of Shema Pacific show that this is a great way to start a business and help others in that direction.
In the Suntech, you can delete the more skills related to the technology. In the Rwanda or all over the country, we need more skills about technology. For example, in society, like in banking, in market, in everything, we need skills about technology. In Suntech, we offer the skills about technology, like to develop our ideas, making it happen, because we come from university to go in the internship in Suntech in Kigali. We learn more about how to have ability to build something which is needed in the society, to make it the society, making it happen, making it some which is special to change about the problem in the world.
Niyonzima Claudine is a partner in technology entrepreneurship. She says that the youth should take the lead and use the opportunities given by the country to make the most of them.
Has announced to be how to integrate technology in the vision. It is pushing us hard to the vision, to achieve our vision, because we had that in plan before, and we have now a motivation to reach to what we are targeting.
The government's 5-year plan of NST2 emphasizes that up to 1 million young people will receive coding skills and 500,000 will receive training in artificial intelligence. Enora Gladys, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Enora, for the details. Now to education matters. Some institutions in Kigali who offer kindergarten education say that the limited number of these schools results in a scarcity of available spaces for prospective students. This shortage means that some parents struggle to secure spots for their children. However, for those fortunate enough to enroll their children in these schools, it has been a significant relief. We have details. In the Gatsata sector of Gasawa district, the Hagataramo Complex School hosts a nursery school. Teachers at this institution emphasize the benefits of early childhood education, noting that children who have the opportunity to attend gain significant advantages. They believe that this type of education not only provides valuable stimulation for the child's brain, but also supports their development during holidays and beyond.
The mindset that everything belongs to them starts to fade as these children attend school. Here, we have materials that encourage collaboration and help them develop social skills, which greatly supports their mental growth.
Parents with children enrolled in nursery programs appreciate having a safe place for their kids while they work to support their education. They also anticipate positive results from the lessons their children receive. Here in Kigali, every morning we parents go from place to place for work to earn a living and support our children's upbringing. Before these schools were established, it was difficult to leave our children anywhere. However, with these schools, we are relieved to leave them here, knowing they are safe, well cared for, and well fed, and we pick them up after school. We see this as a great place where our children can receive a good education, thrive like others, and gain valuable knowledge. At Agataramo Complex School, only 5-year-old children are admitted every year for the past 3 years. The school director mentions that if additional classrooms were available, they would also enroll children starting from age 3. For example, we currently have only one classroom, and we accept students who are 5 years old so they can transition to primary school the following year. However, if we had government support to add another classroom, we would be able to accommodate children aged 3 and 4, which would be a great help. Announcing the government's upcoming 5-year plan, the National Strategy for Transformation 2, the Prime Minister Dr. Edouard Ngirente highlighted that nursery school education will be enhanced to increase student enrollment in these programs.
To achieve these goals, the government aims to improve the quality of education across all levels. A key focus will be increasing in the number of children attending nursery schools, with a target to rise enrollment from 35% to 65%. This initiative will be supported by expanding infrastructure, hiring more teachers for these schools, and providing up-to-date learning materials.
The education program in Rwanda for the academic year 2018-2019 and 2023-2024 includes plans to add more nursery schools for children aged 3 to 6, aiming to enroll 45% of children in these programs by the 2023-2024 academic year. The Ministry of Education reports that over 3,000 kindergartens have been established across the country. To more news, beneficiaries of cows in Kamonyi district say they are going to ensure that the domestic animals they are receiving will improve their agricultural activities while at the same time helping to improve nutrition in their families. The initiative to distribute the livestock is being championed by the district together with its development partners as part of the Girinka program.
We provide the medical insurance, Mutuelle de Santé, 3,200 beneficiaries with the cost of 9,600,000. Also provide the circumcision program for 1,500 in health center in Kamonyi district. And we have microfinance project that we will inaugurate it next Tuesday. It will be around 15 million for 25 families.
To other matters, Rwanda's civil society has organized week-long activities to showcase its collaboration with the government in the country's drive toward long-term development goals. The initiative is also being used to address different issues at the local level.
As partners of of RGP and Rwanda Civil Society Platform. We work as Ningo, we work through civil society organizations. And so because we support most of them to implement our programs directly, we have been working with them to prepare for this week, but also what they are going to be showcasing is a result of a combined effort of most of our members of Ningo.
Moving ahead, an institute is to be opened in Rwanda with the aim of developing the country's music industry. The drive is part of efforts to increase the opportunities available to artists here in the country.
We are opening a Global Institute for Music, Creativity and Innovation. We want to use all the musical talent that is in Rwanda and professionalize it, provide tools so that they can go out and be in the world as musicians, as music producers, as music teachers, and use their talents in a very professional. The school is special because what we do is we center it on Rwandan heritage and Rwandan music and knowledge, and then we offer access to the global world so that they can go out and be successful, have successful music careers. So we provide tools in everything from music production to vocal teaching to music teaching to hip-hop. I know some people like hip-hop, to DJing. We want to encompass all of music and make it very relevant to the current music career system right now.
The goal is to bring a music school and music curriculum and a way to develop the music industry for Rwanda, so that it becomes international, just like K-pop has for South Korea. Absolutely. We're working on what the budget is. The amazing thing is we have teachers that will come from Columbia University and teach. So to get graduate students from Columbia to come teach is a miracle thing. And the excitement is that to bring that here, we can really have the most first-class music school in the world developed here.
It is expected to be opened by July next year if all goes as planned. And on behalf of the news technical team and production team, thank you for joining us. Good night.